Hi everyone, it's Mike, and today I'm going to once again speak about narcissism and narcissistic behaviour and what narcissists get up to at central government level and at local government level, and how they exist within business and how they exist in high places, how they exist within politics, how they, work themselves to the top. And, it's very, very scary in what they do to do this, how they read books on personal advancement, how to make friends and influence people, and what they do and how they see life, These guys don't see life in the way that ordinary people do. They have a different perspective on life, and the whole of their life and every single day and what they do is geared up to their advancement, and they create a timeline and they work on that timeline, and anyone who gets in their way is just, ruthlessly pushed out of the way. They have flying monkeys. These are people who abuse by proxy. These are people who help the narcissists, either in the family, in politics. These are like the little snitches in the background who tell the narcissist what you're up to if you're the victim or you're the targeted person by the narcissist. The narcissist decides to target you and expose you in the way that he does. He uses these flying monkeys who are in the family or friends, cousins or whatever, and in politics and within the church. I mean, these idiots exist, They actually believe what the narcissist says. They believe what he's doing and what he claims that he stands for, which has no real roots in reality. But firstly, before we start that, let's take a look at how many billionaires are on the planet. I've got a piece of paper in here because I've got a terrible memory. I won't remember these figures unless I write them down. Well, there are 2,153 billionaires on the planet. Now that's not many people, is it? 2,153. And most of these billionaires are narcissistic in the way that they behave. And quite a few hundred of these billionaires, are prominent in the way that the world is moving at the moment. They're responsible for heaping misery onto Europe and onto this country, and they're responsible for keeping things exactly the way they are and prolonging our miseries, Now, these 2,153 billionaires, the total of all their wealth together is a lot of money, It's £8.7 trillion. 2,153 people between them own £8.7 trillion. So do you see the power these people have? These people have power over governments. For instance, our government in the UK, in our House of Commons or House of Parliaments, we have, as I said before on the last video, 650 MPs. And about 470 of those 650 MPs do not want to leave Europe. And a lot of those MPs, especially the ones who were in the Conservative Party, which I said on the last video, they have stocks and shares in companies throughout Europe. They're involved with massive financial companies who do stocks and shares. So it's to their advantage that we stay in Europe. So in other words, they have what's known as a vested interest. They don't care about us. They don't care that 17.4 million people voted to leave Europe. That was the will of the people. So that's 1.4 million more than the 16 million who voted to stay. That's a lot of people, 17.4 million people. They don't care. 470 people are keeping us locked or are keeping us locked into Europe, because they have vested interests. It's absolutely unbelievable. And many of these MPs are narcissistic. I've said it before, hundreds of them are narcissistic in the way that they think. And this is the way things are. And we have to look into these issues because they're very, very serious. These are the people who are keeping us locked into this misery. Now, these narcissists don't just exist amongst the MPs. As I said before, they're in our families, they're in the places where we work, and they're all around us. These are the people that make our lives a misery. They have a whole different way of seeing things than us. They couldn't understand us. If they watched this video that I'm going to do now, they wouldn't even understand it, because they think different and have a different perspective than we do. And what can we do? To stop this? What we certainly could do is is know who these people are when we do come into contact with them, and try to avoid them. Narcissistic people are really, really, really sly people. You've got different types: the overt narcissist and the covert. The covert obviously is the worst, because he's working and creating a timeline and working towards whatever crazy goals he is, and he's being quiet about it, so you don't even know that he's doing it. And a lot of people, non-narcissistic people, they don't really want to believe that these people exist. So when they come into contact with them, they think they're okay, because these people have got the sort of like confidence tricks. They come across as being great guys, but they're not really. They're evil people. And there's an old saying, if you come into contact with a narcissist, just leave, have nothing to do with them, and go. Never try to change the situation that you're in, because you can't change it. These people don't know anything else. Their whole life is devoted to making other people's lives a misery. This is what these people do, and to get what they call narcissistic supply from torturing non-narcissistic people, especially empathic people who care about other people. They love empaths. If they come into contact with empaths, they try to destroy empaths and make their lives a misery, especially if you've got a boyfriend who's a narcissist, or a girlfriend. But it's mainly blokes, though, that suffer from it more so than women. And this is the situation. They'll make your life a misery. If you think that you've got a narcissistic boyfriend or a husband, go. Don't look back. Just get out of there and go, because you can't win against these people. They're so evil, you can't win against them. And like I said before, you get them in the churches as pastors and elders within the church. And on my last video, I said they even work within the community. You'll find them in community organisations within the community. You'll find them at local government level amongst the councillors, and certainly amongst the managers of the council, or they're known as senior council officers. You'll find them in Whitehall amongst the Whitehall civil servants who impose the government's agendas onto local government. They also, these Whitehall civil servants, many of them are very, very clever narcissists. They design, as I said on my last video, they design narcissistic sort of narratives which, convince people of what they're doing. They're very clever. They're very, very clever, And I think, also, they're of the devil. These people are satanic. They're there to make our lives a misery. And on my last video, I said 1% of them are really bad narcissists, and it goes down a level. But I think all narcissists are bad. It doesn't matter what level they're at. If they see things in a different way than what we do. They're evil, and they're of the devil as far as I'm concerned. In conclusion, it would be great if you could hit the subscribe button. As you can see, this is a new channel, and I need as many subscribers as I can get, because the more subscribers I get, the more this channel will get out and people can watch it. Also, can you press the notification button, because that means that every time I make a video, you will become aware of it when you switch your computer on or your mobile phone. Thanks.